Hello.
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 We have a
So,
new guest with us today.
yeah,
We have a new guest.
Lila,
Here she is.
Oh my
the new
gosh.
baby.
She's perfect. Is she
She's,
quiet?
she's going to tell you all about your real estate needs
Someday.
Yeah,
someday.
she's
Enjoy the
such a
Pretty
moment.
sweet
quiet.
baby.
She's quiet right now. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll make this
Well,
a quick little recap though.
yeah, we're just doing a little recap. I cannot believe it's the end of September. That's just wild to me. Like,
I'm ready
I
for
have a high
October.
schooler, so
Do you know
homecoming's
we
this
Be
keep,
ready
weekend.
for
oh yeah, big weekends. And we keep saying this every month recap that we can't believe that the time is going by so fast.
Yes. So September was overall, I felt like it was a good month. I think what I predicted would happen happened. We kind of slowed
Yeah.
down. We have that like going back to school. I think now it's going to start picking up. Rates. I'm sure we're going to talk about rates next month. I'm sure that's going to be somewhere on the agenda. But this month we talked about things buyers shouldn't stress about, which,
Yeah.
go back and watch that if you're a buyer in this market, because it just, you're not alone if you feel like, I walk into a house and I'm like, with the
Yeah.
paint every time. You're not alone. Everyone's doing that. So, just know that's something that's totally changeable. Um, you know,
Focus on the
Cosmetic
big picture.
things. Yes.
Hmm.
Location. I tell my clients all the time, you cannot change the location of a house. I mean, yes, you could for a shit ton of money. You can move it somewhere else, I guess. But why would you do that? You wouldn't. So you can't change the location. I have some buyers
Yeah.
right now that they'll send me things that are around where they really want to be. And I'm like, but it's not where you want to be. Like,
Right.
why would you
And a
move?
couple miles can change your whole perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
School
Some
district,
people maybe you're
where
focused
your
on
store
school
is.
districts. Yeah.
Mm.
Your
And
commute
that's a
to
good
work.
point. You could drive that, if you're really considering it, then do the work behind the scenes and start driving it during peak hours to see just how it's going to
Yeah.
affect your life.
Yeah. So if it's like
And
your
help you kind
commute,
of
maybe you can go outside of your little bubble. Um,
Hmm.
so it's okay to push the limits as long as you're still within an area like she can't change it. But let's not
Yeah.
stress about the paints, the fact that they don't keep a nice yard. Maybe a bathroom has to be done or even a kitchen. To me, if something is
Hmm.
functional and you can use it, it's not like nasty, mold ridden, falling apart. You can use it, do some things over time. There's, different, so many now with all the DIY stuff to find an easy
Oh,
way to kind
yeah.
of give something a little facelift. We couldn't redo our kids' bathroom. So we went to Home Goods. They picked out like all new stuff. We painted it a
Fun.
new color, put a new mirror in, and
yeah.
voila, it looks, and a new rug, and it looks so different. And we
Those
spent
are
two
my
hundred
favorite
dollars.
houses. Those are my favorite houses. I want a house that needs fixing up because you're going to
Yeah.
pick up the equity.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And you're going to make it your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell a lot of my first time buyers too, I'm like, remember, this probably isn't your forever home. So these
Yeah.
things aren't going to be forever things, and you can change these things, and then you can either hold on to this house or sell it.
Hmm.
Remember that, like, all these things on your checklist, like, you don't need
Yes.
Yeah.
all of these things yet because you
Yeah.
have a couple houses in your life to go.
Well, and I think it's a good point also, like just move into the house, concentrate on moving in and living in it as a family and how does that house suit your family's needs? And then you're going to pinpoint exactly what needs to be done
Yeah.
instead of just throwing money at something. Live with it
Right.
first and then
Right.
determine where you should put the money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So go back and watch that if you're buying and you're finding that you're kind of getting down in the dumps, like you're looking at things and just not seeing the full potential. Go
Yeah.
go look at that.
Yeah. I think
Because
I'm going to reshare that one too every once in a while because
that's a good one.
it's a good one to
Yeah.
And
just send to our buyers too and be like, check
yeah.
it out.
And then we had Eric Yost on from My Guy Home Inspection. So if you're at
Yeah.
that like home inspection phase, or maybe you're just still even just looking or on the fence and you don't understand what an inspection is or why it's important, that's a great one. Eric was a great guest. Thanks again, Eric, for coming.
Yeah.
I'll still stand by. I'm always going to push my buyer to do an inspection. It is your right to waive it. do with it what you may, but I think that they're always a good idea. And then keep in mind, you can waive your right to ask for anything. So you can say, I'm going to do the inspection for my purpose
Mhm.
only.
Mhm.
And, you know, set yourself up for those expectations that you are hiring a professional to find things wrong. So guess what? They're going to find things wrong. So if you're a buyer that's like, I'm going to have this home inspection and everything looks so great and it's going to be great. And he's just going to hand me like one sheet of paper with a couple honeydew things. You're wrong. You're going to get the 60 sheets of a lot of red and it's going to look scary. So lean into your agent, talk
Mhm.
about what these things mean, listen to the inspector. Everyone we refer is great at, you can go back to them, you can ask questions. So just remember, you are hiring somebody and their literal job is to find things wrong,
Fault.
every little thing, and point them out to you. So,
Yeah.
you know, I think we have deals fall apart during inspection because agents aren't setting the expectations
Yeah.
correctly
Mhm.
for their
And you're
client.
buying a used
And
house.
yeah,
Like,
and sometimes you
there's
can tell them till you're blue in the face and they just aren't hearing you. And they have to
right.
go through that, you know,
Yeah.
where they have to have a deal fall apart in an
Yeah.
inspection. And then
That
they have the
always
second
hurts.
one and they're like, oh, you're right. There
Yeah.
is 50 pages here too. So that's how it is.
Mhm.
So go back and watch that. Eric's great too. And if you even have any questions for him, feel free to reach out to him. I know he'd be, you know, happy to answer. And then last we talked about this fall and kind of what we see coming down the pipe, what we felt the market would be. Is it a good time to sell? Is it a good
Mhm.
time to, you know, get your house on the market? To that, I always say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but that depends on your own situation. Maybe fall isn't the right time for you, whether it's kids or sports or job, and maybe you do need to wait. But the market's going to be pretty similar in the spring as it is in the fall. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't worry so much about that. You know, definitely with the rates going down, I'm
It's
sure we're
going to
going to
drive
see,
it. Mhm.
you know, more people coming to market. So it's always good to be
Yeah.
out there. There are things we can do with your listing too that, you know, doesn't delete your market time, but we can, you know, we change pictures up a little bit. We can take you off and put you back on as new.
Mhm.
Any little price adjustment, no matter what the amount is, $1, it's going to recirculate you out to everybody. So
Mhm.
don't worry about sitting a little bit. That's the market we're seeing. We're not seeing you go on the market and you sell right away.
That's a good
Most of the
point.
listings, you know, there's a few, if you're priced really aggressive and you are a knockout stunning house, you're getting multiple offers because there's
Yeah.
just the supply and demand is just
Yeah.
not there. But if you're just the average house and you're priced at market value and you look average and you're a good house, you might sit for a couple weeks. We're not seeing that
Mhm.
like rush. I think a lot of buyers took a break.
Yeah, they did.
I think they,
Uh-huh.
you know, either
A couple of
re-signed
mine are
leases.
just like, well, I thought,
Yeah. Some
sorry.
people re-signed leases and they're not going to start looking till spring. So
Mhm.
that happened. And then you have that group of buyers that's, you know, we've seen this time and time again in the last few years. They're like waiting for the rates, waiting for the rates. We talked about this briefly. If you're waiting for the rates, you're going to miss the rates
Yeah.
because
Such a good point.
you need an offer. And if you don't have a pre-approval and an agent and you're not like constantly looking and having eyes and ears looking for
Yeah.
you everywhere, you're going to miss out.
Yep.
But when those rates come down and you're ready, it's not going to line up if you didn't
Right.
get your ducks in a row. So
You're
reach out
behind.
to
You need
Laura.
to, yeah, sit down with a lender, get your file at least into underwriting without a property address, get everything taken care of. Because now that you're in the computer system, when the rates come down, you find a property, you can lock. There's so many steps that occur before you can lock a
Yeah.
rate.
So I think
So,
we're going to talk, I think that would be like a whole video. So I
yeah.
think that would be a good November topic is
Yeah.
you know, what happens when the rates come down? Like, where should I be when that happens? So I'm sure
Yeah.
we'll touch on that. We want to bring one of Laura's friends back who does a ton of, what's the loan?
Renovation loans.
Renovation loans. So
Yes.
those houses sitting out there, the ugly duckling that nobody wants, let's take advantage. Let's get you a smoking deal. Let's get your closing costs paid.
Yeah.
You know, get you a mortgage that you can handle, and let's do a renovation loan. I think too, a lot of lenders, this is why we want to bring someone in. If you went and asked your current lender, like, what about a renovation loan? A lot of them are very negative about it. Very negative. It is a
Right.
ton of work. If they don't know what they're doing, it is super hard. It's ins and outs and red tape here and there. So you need somebody that knows their shit and knows what they're doing. So
You just hit it right on the head.
yeah,
Because
everybody
most
says
loan
no.
office- Yeah.
No.
And
Everyone's
then you
like, "Ugh."
wonder, you're like, why aren't people doing renovation loans? That's why, because if a loan officer's doing that, that's probably the only thing that they're specializing in, because they're, like she said, there's so many ins and outs. That's your focus, renovation
Yeah.
loans.
So we
Abby
want to talk
Torres,
about,
perfect.
yeah,
we'll
so
bring
we're
her
going
on.
to talk about that this month for sure. We'll have her on again. There is an old video, so if you don't want to wait, you want to go back and search that one. We did a live about it. I don't even know where that would be, but we did talk about with her once before, so we're going to bring her back.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
we
there's
can
no
have that video.
And that for lives that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this will be a better one, and I think it's, you know, it's good with the market that we're in, because we are seeing some houses sit out there, and this is a great, you know, thing to learn about. And it
Right.
doesn't, I think some people think renovation loan, it's got to be like falling down, and that's not true. So you can use some of that loan money to make it cosmetically what you want too. I mean, there's going to be, I'm sure, other issues that you have to address too, but then
Yeah.
there could be funds to get you those new kitchen cabinets or new floors. So definitely that's one you don't want to miss if you're thinking about buying.
Yeah.
This is a great program.
I defer to Abby typically, but just a really quick blurb about it. Like the FHA 203K loan is their renovation loan. So they have two different types. One's it's called the standard, and it used to be $35,000 that they would give you for updates, cosmetic, no structural. Now it's $75,000.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, that's the limited. That's the limited. And then they have the standard, which is a lot more money, and it will involve structural items. So
So you
exciting.
don't want to miss that. So we'll get a calendar out this early, maybe later this weekend or early
October.
part of next week with all the October ones. So make sure you stay tuned. Share our videos, follow us,
Like and share.
subscribe, comments. Let us know what you want to talk about. And we're here for you.
Yep. Enjoy this beautiful fall weather. Oh,
Yeah,
I wish
it's
it
gonna
was
be
like
great
this
this
every
weekend.
day.
I know. Bye,
All right.
Lila.
Bye.
You cute little
Bye.
baby. She's
Have
like
a
getting
great-
fussy.
I know. Perfect
Bye.
timing.
Yeah.
Enjoy
Great.
homecoming tonight.
Yeah, we will.